What's
Can I
that?
ask you a question while we?
Yeah, go for it.
I like you have the topic up for debate, and you're asking if it's wrong or not, right? I'm not sure what your opinion is. If you're right, if you but if someone gives you a just reason why it
By
is
by the way,
wrong.
Dean, give me 1 sec. I'm going to add you up right now. I just need Matt to explain this real quick, and then we are going to go on to the next guest and do our little co-host real quick.
Okay. So
Dean, just
we
1 sec. I'm just Matt's going to explain this, and then we're going to go on to the next one and we'll co-host.
Sweet.
okay. Here's the issue, Coco. The reason why Edward Gibbons is not a good source is because he had views about the Roman Empire that biased his analysis of the fall. Just that paradigm, just his title, the decline and fall of the Roman Empire, just that paradigm is outdated. The Roman Empire itself did not fall. A Western Roman Empire fell, but the Roman Empire continued in Byzantium. And if you know anything about Edward Gibbons, he hated Byzantium, hated it. So he didn't mention anything about Byzantium. And so that's one of the reasons why you can't rely on him, is because he had such a negative opinion of various things that were the product of his Enlightenment thinking, such as his hatred for the Christian religion, that he blamed the fall of the Roman Empire on these things, whereas modern historians will not say that actually led to the fall. Oh,
Okay, I understand that part, but,
oh,
but
oh, and by the way, how we know, the last thing to say, and by the way, how we know more today is because we have access to more documents and more archaeological findings than Gibbons ever did. So we continue to find documents and findings in the 250 years since Gibbon that we can now piece together these new findings about what led to the fall of the Western Empire.
okay, but what I wanted to say is that well, I mean, the thing was, don't you as a librarian, don't you rely on individuals who wrote about events of the past?
Yes, but
Isn't
we rely
isn't
on them.
isn't that where?
Gibbons, hold on. Gibbons is good if you want to read about
Yeah,
the
but I'm
history.
not talking about. Yeah, but I'm not talking about Gibbons himself. You see, I'm not making it about Gibbons himself. What I'm making it about is how is the historical how is the information gathered. That's the point.
Sure, yeah.
And
We
what I'm asking
read
is,
documents.
yes,
Yeah,
and you have
historians read documents.
but yes, but you have to rely on accounts of individuals to get an understanding of what was going on, because to get context and everything else. Because if you find some historical something, you still need the context of it. Like, you know what I mean?
Well,
You
yes,
understand where I'm
yes, I
coming from?
agree
You
with you.
need to
No, I
yeah,
agree with you.
yeah.
But the problem,
Yeah.
Coco,
So
is that
my point.
Gibbons is not the context. The context would be primary sources from the time of the fall. That would be the context. Gibbons
Yeah,
used primary sources, but what happened is that he
yeah,
introduced bias into it because he was a product of his
yeah,
environment and he
yeah.
hated certain things, and that's what led him down that bias road.
Yes, sir. But also, but you an historian and a librarian type thing, all right? I'm not saying that you're something you're not, right?
I'm not a historian per se, but I know how to find sources. That's my job.
Yes. Okay.
And so I know how
So
historians work.
okay. So my question to you is this: is Edward Gibbons the only source whom um, says that sexual immorality um, uh,
Led to
um,
the
um,
fall.
uh,
Led to the fall.
contributed
No,
to the fall
no,
of Rome?
no,
Yes.
no, hold on, hold on, no.
Is he the
I'm
only one?
critiquing sexual. Hold on, sexual
Okay,
immorality.
that's my
You're,
point. That's
Wait,
my
but
point.
before you continue,
That's
I just want to say one thing. Hold up. I'm gonna let Matt address this claim, and then I do want to move on with Dean. Right, Coco. If I can add you, particularly like follow you, I do want to continue this conversation with you and Matt. Right, but I did like set up a thing to co-host with Dean right now. So I just want
no
Matt to
problem.
address that
No
last
problem.
point, and then we can
I'll
do
answer
that,
the
man.
question very, very succinctly. Okay. Are there other authors that claim that sexual immorality led to the fall? Yes. However, many of those authors are from a long time ago, a very long time ago, when the puritanical ideas about sex were at their heights. Modern historians will not claim that. They will claim that there was a degradation in society, meaning that morals were failing, but sexual immorality was not necessarily the primary driver. There were many drivers of the fall, not including the fact that the Roman Empire became so huge that they couldn't manage their own borders, and they were becoming so separated that they didn't have a cohesive unity to them. That is one of the primary reasons for the fall of the Western Empire. Not, for example, why the Roman Empire in the East did not fall. The Roman Empire in the East lasted until the 1300s. Why? Because they were more cohesive, they were more unified, and they lasted because they were not being constantly bombarded by the barbarians of the time. And so that's what happened.
Okay, well, like I said, thank you very much for allowing me to contribute.
For sure, bro. Thank y'all so much. Appreciate you both. Appreciate you both. Thank you so much. Everyone's having a good day right now. Me and Dean are going to be running a co-host right now. I'm not quite sure if we were going to do sub-only chat. We're going to ask people in the sub-only chat what they think right now, because it's going to be more than 40 minutes that me and Dean are going to be on here for debating for a little bit. So 40 minutes would be how long my sub-only chat is on for this. So chat, what do y'all think? Should we keep it open and then do sub-only chat later? Should we do sub-only chat tomorrow? Right? Or should we open it up in like 40 minutes?
By the way, what is going on, everybody? It's good to be here. It's good to be with y'all here. For those who don't know me, my name is Dean. I do streams similar to Parker, but I'm sure that most of y'all might be familiar. But Parker, thank you so much for letting me come up here and co-host.
Yeah, it's of course really good. Eddie, yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Yeah, how old are you?
I just turned 18 a couple months ago, August 31st.
For sure. Do you think it's wrong or immoral to be gay?
I think it's wrong, but I think it's wrong because it's not normal.
Dean, I'll let you take this one because you just jumped on, bro.
All right, man. So you think it's wrong because it's not normal. Could we go ahead and get a definition of normal from you?
Normal is, I think would be normal is can be perceived, right? Couldn't you say you go, let's say you go 80 miles per hour, right? Couldn't you say that could be normal for one person, but for the other, that could be considered speeding?
Right. So what do you like? I don't know what you mean when you like say it's like not normal. Like, are you just talking about like some like interpersonal? So like some notion of like, this is like weird, or like, I just don't know what you mean. Yeah. It's like, please define normal, right?
I think.
Are you weird? Okay. So you think it's wrong because it's weird?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So define weird.
I wouldn't say it's weird, but I think it's just not natural, to be honest.
Okay, so sweet. So now define natural. Like,
natural is everything in nature.
Right. So would you say that like the fact that we observe like homosexuality in over 3,000 animal species in nature would like make this natural, or the fact that like homosexuality or sexual orientations as a whole are like naturally caused due to like, you know, varying physicalities of one's brain or genome? Like, I feel like this would make it pretty natural, right?
I mean, I think humans were made to have intercourse with each other, not to, you know, stick it in one's ass.
Right. So no, like gay individuals were quite literally made to be gay. And this is what the science shows. I mean, like we could refer to like a whole host of institutions, right? So like the Netherlands Institute for Brain Research and the Center of Neurodoctrine Studies at the University of Pittsburgh, Massachusetts, and the Center for Neurochronology at the UCLA, like all have these like really cool tests that they've done on like the brains of gay and straight people. And what they've found is that if you're gay, you have like varying physicalities or anatomy, right? So like gay men have larger anterior commissures. They also have like different physicalities the AI NH3 subsection of the hypothalamus, or, you know, just like differences within their genome, and like there's been association shown between the XQ23 chromosome. And like if the science is true, if these studies are correct, then yes, gay people would quite literally be made to be gay with the development of the brain and your anatomy starting at about 8 weeks gestation.
So, yeah, so let's say I said the Earth is round, right? But I said, oh, can I have some information to back that up? But I can just say, oh, the Earth is round because I used a microscope to do that, right? Did you actually, like, for example, I could prove that the Earth is round because it's based off of photos. I can literally go outside and I don't know, go up on a plane and see the curvature of the Earth, right? So the information you're saying about the scientific research, do you actually have that information, or is it just text?
Man, you got me. It actually doesn't exist. Just kidding. It exists. So here's a study done, right? Like we could see the information here. We could see the authors. You know, we could see like the sexual orientation and the size of the anterior commissure in the human brain. Like, I don't know, man. Like we could even just cycle through here. This is usually easier. Like, or, you know, like what about this one? It's like a genetic study of male sexual orientation that shows like correlations to like, you know, to like the XQ23 chromosome, or
yeah,
you know, like
even
this one that shows like similar. Right. But when you go and actually you read the texts, like, you know, this is what matters.
Right, it's only text, so all it is. Like I said, you could say the Earth is round because I use a microscope, right, or something like that.
Wait, by the way, he gave you the titles, so you could look them up yourself and read them.
Okay, but is it text or is there actual images, research? Like, is there
images and research? Yeah. So yeah, they go. So they use EEGs, MRIs, fMRIs, and postmortem brain slices. Like,
okay, what are those?
That like varying physicalities of exist, right?
Yeah,
so
what are those,
dude?
I don't know what those are. Tell me.
Yeah, so like brain scans, brain images, like images of depictions of like actual dead people's brains that have been shown.
Yeah, what did they do to the brains?
Right, so they cut them in half and they looked at the AI NH3 subsection of the hypothalamus.
And what is
looked
that?
At variations in like dendritic. This is a subsection of the hypothalamus that has been like linked to control like one's sexual orientation.
Okay, can you put that in simpler terms? Because I don't know what that means.
No, you can't put it in simpler terms. You asked for what it is, and I gave you like a nuanced perspective with like an adequate understanding of neuroscience on exactly what it is.
But you can't put it into simple terms.
Oh yeah, parts of the brain are different if you're gay or if you're straight.
Yeah, the parts of the brain, Eddie, these things are not determined by the individual. They're not based upon choice. They indicate to us that there are different responses that exist within gay people and within straight people, in which biologically speaking produce different outcomes like attraction, right? We can literally see scans of gay people's brains and straight people's brains that indicate that there's sexual arousal when there is men, when it relates to gay men, and sexual arousal when it relates to women, when it relates to, again, straight men. Appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. So clearly this is indicated within the science, right, to be biologically determined.
Sure, but how come I can get turned on, let's say I can just get turned on by, you know, just thinking about it. I mean, like, you know what I mean?
Thinking about what?
About getting turned on. I can just do it. You know, like I can just.
So you can just think about men and get turned on?
No, I could just get turned on without thinking about anything.
No. If you think about men, can you get turned on?
If I really thought about it, but I don't.
I mean, actually, you have a gay flag. You have like the pride flag in your bio. So, I mean, maybe you get turned on to men because you're gay, right?
I listen, I could get turned on if I thought about men, but I don't.
Wait, so what makes you think that you could?
It is my choice to get turned on.
Okay, could you choose to be attracted to your mother?
You could choose to be attracted to anything.
Could you choose to be attracted to your daughter?
Yes, but it's very wrong.
You could choose to be attracted to children?
Yes.
You could choose to be attracted to chickens?
Sure.
You could choose to be attracted to the floor?
Sure.
What about a dead chicken mashed into the floor? What about something like gory, like gruesome? I don't know, just think of something horrendous.
You could choose to be attracted to any of those.
Could you choose to be attracted to a circle?
Sure.
Can you choose to be attracted to a color?
What?
Can you choose to be attracted to like the color red?
Sure.
Can you just get a boner when you think of like the smell of apple pie?
Sure.
Can you choose to be attracted by a car? Just by a nice Chevy?
Sure.
Okay, so here's my question now. Now do this, right? Look at the floor and just get aroused by the floor. Right now.
Right now.
I don't know how you're going to see if I'm aroused. I don't know.
I don't need to see, man. I don't want to see.
We don't want to see. Just be honest.
Listen,
Are you aroused?
I could get turned on and then think about the floor and say that, oh, I got aroused by the floor.
No, that's not what the claim is. No, we're asking you, can it be because of the floor, right? You look at the floor, and because the floor is looking so fucking nice right now, you immediately have to just, be aroused, right? Is that your view? You think that you can?
Yeah.
So
okay,
obviously,
do it right now. Right? Right now.
Look at the floor and get sexually aroused.
That's very weird to do. I don't think I want to do that. Notion, I'm saying I could do it.
This notion is just idiotic, right? So this notion is completely idiotic. So like the idea that like I could look at a car and just like want to stick my member in the exhaust, or like take a vinyl record off my wall and just want to rub one off onto it. Sure. These are notions that are like completely incorrect, right? Because sexual orientation is something that is not based upon like conscious decision. Thank you for that, a mustache. But rather like the physicalities of your brain, right? And when you make this like assertion that you can choose these things. Like first, you're just like denoting like the science in which I brought up to you, the institutions that I mentioned, and the backgrounds I brought up, such as like the scientific studies done by the NIH, to just be completely like misinformation or false, right? And like I think like rejecting these outright without reading them and without reason is going to be extremely irrational of you to do. Wouldn't you agree?
Sure. Yeah, I can agree with that.
So, do you think that you're acting in a rational manner by saying that you can get attracted to the floor?
That's your opinion.
Jada, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. You don't have that opinion?
I mean, like I said before, do you think other people, going, I don't know, 80 miles per hour, people may think that's irrational. Other people may think that's normal.
Okay, well, I'm confused, right? The point we're getting to here is that the idea that you can find, right, chicken's attractive, cars attractive, right? These are not things that you'd actually be able to do, right? That you would actually be able to fulfill. You're just saying it. You simply are just saying it. Like, let's be totally real. You conceded to that on a live in front of 3,900 people, right? That's a wild take, let alone.
This notion that like.
Wait, hold up before you do. Could you find those fruit flies attractive?
Can I find those? Fuck no, bro. Those shit is disgusting.
All right, well, they're fine. We somehow finally got the concession. So you cannot choose your sexual orientation. You cannot be aroused by fruit flies. Somehow you chose to die on the hill that you could be aroused to your mother, your sister, a child, a chicken, a dead chicken, a color, a circle, a square, the floor, the sky, a car.
But he couldn't concede to the fruit flies.
Like, couldn't concede to the fruit flies.
I'm choosing not to be sexually aroused by the fruit fly. I'm choosing.
Oh, I asked you, could you choose?
Oh, I thought you said, would I?
No, what? Dude, what? Okay. Why would I change the question? Why would I change the question?
I misheard what you said.
Oh, so you can't, you can choose.
Fucking fruit flies. I just misheard what you said.
So, I don't know, Eddie. Here's like my honest take, right? So we have like two positions. We have like me and Parker's position that being gay is not a choice, and we have your position that being gay is a choice. Now, what reason or rationale is me and Parker's position it's not a choice being backed by? Well, first of all, it's backed by the science. It's backed by the institutions I named off, such as the Netherlands Institute for Brain Research, or like the University of Pittsburgh, Massachusetts, UCLA, alongside other institutions that I could list off. I could go on this whole monologue about them, right? It's backed by the science in of itself. I showed you specific studies done on the neuroanatomy of like gay and straight people, like such as this one, right? Or like, such as this one, all right? Or like this one. I could continue. I could go quite literally all day. And like, what are other notions to support this idea that being gay isn't a choice? Well, it's the fact that we observe homosexuality in over 3,000 other animal species apart from humanity, right? So in like some of these animals, or all of these animals, do not possess the cognitive abilities in the same sense that you or I do to make conscious decisions, right? And if we observe homosexuality within these animals, and the animals can't make conscious decisions, then being gay is not a conscious decision, right? So the logical conclusion of this is that being gay is not a choice. Right? Okay. Just look at all this, right? So what's your rationale? Yeah, why do you think it is a choice? Sure. Where's your institutions? Where's your science? Where's your scientific observation? Where are your academic studies? Where is one drop of intelligence?
Gay is a choice, right? Or sorry, is not a choice. Okay, let's say I say it's not a choice, right? So at the same time, let's say I don't believe that, just when you're gay, right? You can't make a baby with another man, right?
Give me a second.
Yeah, when engaging in intercourse with another man, yes, you cannot make a baby.
Okay.
Is infertility immoral?
Hold on. Let me think about that.
Is infertility immoral, Eddie? Come on, Eddie. Come on, Eddie. Is infertility immoral, Eddie? Eddie, answer the question, Eddie.
I'm saying being gay, right?
Answer the question, Eddie. Is infertility immoral?
It may be immoral for some. It may be immoral for others.
All right. Well,
And
I don't
what
know
I
what the
mean
fuck
by
that
that-
was, but now, like, basically, your answer was that it's not going to be immoral for some. First of all, this notion that infertility is immoral is extremely like absurd. I'm going to show you why. Do you believe in God?
Okay.
Do you believe in God?
I'm Christian, but
You're Christian,
I
right?
don't believe in everything in the religion.
So you're Christian, right? So you're a Christian and you think that infertility is immoral, and immoral acts like lead you to going to hell. And every woman after the age of about 50 or 55, after they go through menopause, is going to be infertile. Therefore, if a woman dies after she goes through menopause and is infertile, then she's going to go to hell under your logic. Obviously, this is not the case, and infertility is not immoral. But this is all wrapping back around to the statement that you made earlier, that being gay is wrong because they cannot have children. Well, look at the graph, Eddie. What we see is that being gay leads directly to no reproduction, in the same sense that infertility leads directly to no reproduction, right? We see lines here, Eddie. And by you saying that it's immoral to be gay because they can't have kids, but not immoral to be infertile regardless of the fact that they can't have kids, you're just being logically contradictory and fallacious.
Okay, so when you're infertile, right, and you're talking about hitting menopause as a woman, right? So you hit menopause.
Infertility can exist within women, like regardless of menopause. That's just one example.
Okay, sure. The woman, right? Because I don't like when I say I'm Christian, right? I don't believe in everything in Christianity. Because I've watched your streams before, you ask, "Oh, prove to me that God exists," right? I can't prove to you that a God exists. I only have faith in
Yeah, I asked that question.
I only have faith in God. I can't prove to you that God exists.
Eddie, how does your faith in God like show that this isn't contradictory? The faith in God doesn't matter right now. You said that you said that being gay is wrong because they can't have kids, right?
Sure.
Is infertility wrong?
Like I said, it's wrong for some.
Yes or no?
Not right.
Name a case of infertility. Name a case of infertility where it's wrong.
When you're born as infertile, there's something wrong with your like. There's something wrong.
Is it immoral? Is it immoral? Go ahead.
Yes, there's something wrong, fucked up with your body.
Okay, so Eddie, so I think what you mean in the scenario is that there's something unfortunate that has occurred. Because when you're saying that there's something wrong, right, you're tying something to like a responsibility for some sort of action. Lisa, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. If there's no action, right, that they've volitionally engaged in to have this attribute, how could it be considered immoral?
Because they're fucked up in the body. I don't know.
Which is unfortunate, but immoral. Wouldn't that relate to a notion of responsibility? Hey, Crystal, by the way, thank you for the Venmo. I appreciate it.
Let's
and
say
also,
a kid's born with Down syndrome, right?
Is having Down syndrome immoral? Is everyone?
And
with
Caitlin
Down
as well. I appreciate as well.
Yes, it is immoral.
So everyone with Down syndrome is going to hell?
Yes, that shit. I think there's something wrong, fucked up with the brain.
Is that okay? Was everyone with like autism going to hell?
Yes.
Is everyone with depression going to hell?
Antagonist, I appreciate this.
I don't know. Do you think people are born with depression?
Yeah.
Because I think depression could be.
Sure. Someone's born with depression. Are they going to hell?
Environment, right? Someone's
born with depression. Are they going to hell? No. If someone is born with depression, are they going to hell? Yes or no?
I don't think people are always born with.
Okay, so dude. Okay, you're not answering my question. We'll move on to another one. This individual is born with a malformed hand. Are they going to hell?
What did you say? I didn't hear what you said.
An individual is born with a malformed hand. Are they going to hell?
Hold on, say again.
An individual is born with a malformed hand. Are they going to hell?
Sure. Yes.
An individual is born with a severe learning disability, right? Yes. Are they going to hell?
They're not normal.
Okay, so Eddie, you're literally saying that someone deserves to go to eternal conscious torment because of a characteristic that was ultimately speaking determined by your God. So your God created them with these ailments and then just decides to send them into hell because of these ailments that the God gave them. Is that not an immoral action?
I mean, like I said before, like, I don't 100% believe in my religion, right? Like, in a way, like, sometimes I believe, you know, like...
well, you believe that they're going to hell. So therefore, this would constitute the percentage of which you believe in your religion.
Like, part of me, like, it's split in half, right? Part of me thinks that once you die, everything's shut off. There's nothing more. It's just eternity. Or actually, there's just no eternity. There's nothing. The other part does believe that, you know, hopefully I go to heaven and I get to meet my relatives and I get to interact with, you know, hopefully I'm in heaven, right?
I have a question. How tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'8".
Right. So the normal height for a man is 5'9". Are you going to hell because you do not meet this normal criteria?
Normals could be perceived. I think. Are you saying like the average height?
The normal height for a man is 5'9". You are not the normal height. Are you going to hell?
Like I said, I think the normality of your height could be perceived as for being 5'9". Are you saying 5'9" in America?
Right. So you just said like the normality is 5'9". You're 5'8". You do not meet the normality. Are you going to hell?
Like I literally just said, like, are you talking about in America? Because if you're talking about America, that's the average height in America, 5'9".
This is the normal height for any man on Earth.
What?
This is the normal height for any man on Earth.
Are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure.
Let's just say it is.
In other countries, there's.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, look. Let's just say it is, right? Let's just say that.
But it's not.
Let's just say it is.
It's not, because in other countries, like in Mexico, I can bet you the normal height is like 5'3".
That was crazy. For a man on.
Yeah, I think it might be 5'7" here and globally.
Okay, so the average height is 5'7". Sweet. Yeah, looks like. Well, I'm actually
anyone who's 5'6", right? They go to hell.
Sure. Yeah, they go to hell.
So, are you going to hell because you're 5'8"?
But didn't you just say the average height is 5'7"?
Yeah, so you're not the average height. And then also, I see a source saying that it's 5'9". But you know, it's whatever.
I mean, it could be 5'9". That's just, here. Let me look up as well.
But like, how are we going from like fucking Down syndrome, autistic, depression to height? Like, what the fuck is that?
These are all things that exist in an atypical nature, and you were saying if you exist in an atypical.
Oh, I do see 5'9".
Yep,
yeah. I do see 5'9" as well.
The thing is,
so in the same way that you just said that if a man is under the normal height that Parker like perceived it to be, which was 5'7". You're going to hell because you said this 5'6" man is going to hell. So
it's 5'9". Dean was right. So 5'9". So you, Eddie, you're going to hell, buddy.
I'm going to hell,
Eddie.
I'm going to hell. I could believe I'm going to hell. Does that mean I'm really going to hell?
Gerard, I appreciate the dynamic duo. Thank you so much. Oh, exactly our point. Yeah, we don't believe in hell. Yeah. Exactly our point. W Eddie, honestly.
W Eddie.
Oh,
Gerard, with that one point. That was a very rare Eddie W.
Thank you, W Eddie.
Very rare. You forgot to add that point.
But can I just ask you why you have a pride flag in your bio, Eddie? Are you trolling?
Say again.
Are you trolling, Eddie? You have a pride flag in your bio.
I believe in some of the LGBTQ stuff, but I don't believe in the gay shit.
Dude, what's your IQ, Eddie?
Fuck if I know. I didn't measure it. I probably never will.
I'm making an intellectual
What does my thermostat say?
Anyways, all right, Eddie. Do you have any reasons? Like, I'm lost at this point, bro. You're saying that if anyone does not meet, like, what is typical of a human in quite literally any aspect, such as, like, cognitive function or even height, they're immoral, right? But this is, like, so obviously not the case, right? I feel like if you have this worldview, you're honestly just, like, deluded. Like, you're Delulu, Eddie. Like, you have no rational substantiation or basis for the claims in which you've made, and I'm willing to write you off as, like, willfully ignorant and irrational in the fact that your beliefs of the external world around you are extremely misconstrued, and I really think that you should sit down, read some shit, and just educate yourself and become more of an intellect, because all I'm seeing, the vibes which you are radiating, is just like pure blissful ignorance.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't want to read about why one man Fucking another is a good thing. I don't want to read that shit.
Yeah, why is it a bad thing?
Why is it a good thing?
So everything's going to exist in like an amoral state. Like something doesn't necessarily have to be good for it to not be bad. And like opposite of that, like if we are to say that anything is good or bad, we have to have justification for it. Like I had Wendy's for dinner last night. Could I make like an articulated argument as to why that was a good thing? No, that doesn't mean that it was a bad thing. So what is your justification for homosexual intercourse being a bad thing?
What's your justification for homosexual intercourse being a good thing?
Okay, well, I just explained to you that like it doesn't need to be good in order for it to like not be bad. So, but like I could provide justification, like it's an expression of love. It promotes happiness or pleasure, which under like, you know, a utilitarian construct would be like good, right?
It doesn't have to be necessarily bad to make it good.
Why is it bad, Eddie? Stop avoiding my question.
I think you're avoiding my question. You know what?
Sure, Eddie. Sure, Eddie. I'll answer your question. Eddie, I'll answer your question after you answer mine, right? So stop acting like a child and give me dude, Eddie, give me articulate reason as to why.
Will you answer my question on why being gay is good?
Sure, Eddie, sure.
So my answer to your question on why being gay is bad is because it's not natural. Now, will you answer mine?
Define natural.
I answered your question.
Yeah, we're talking.
Now, will you answer mine?
Sure. The reason why it's good is because it is natural. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, if naturality is like, like the concept or the identifier for like moral goodness or badness, then sure. Like, we could just assert it as being natural, therefore it's good, right?
So you're saying being gay is good because it's natural?
Well, you said it's wrong because it's unnatural. So
yeah, he just used the same reasoning as you, Eddie. Right, but like both me and Dean, right, outside the context of using your own view against you, are going to say that being gay and being straight, they're not necessarily considered right or wrong. There's no claim that you should be gay or you should be straight. And there's no claim that you shouldn't be gay and that you shouldn't be straight. It simply just is. The same way that if I go up and pick up a rock from the ground, right, it's not going to be considered right or wrong. It's not going to be considered moral or immoral. It just simply is something that happened.
Very true, but I was still able to just give myself the handicap of accepting that I have to prove it to be good, and I still did. So hey, that's cool, right, man?
But then, Parker told you then it's not right or wrong.
No, Eddie, his point against you was totally valid because he used the exact same justification that you used, and you literally did not accept his justification when it was the same justification as yours. So if anything, right, it does demonstrate the point better, right? I was just telling you what my position was. His point literally showed the error in your argument.
No, it's just a contradiction. It's not an.
Do you want to know what the
it shows you contradicted yourself. Yeah,
that doesn't mean it's a.
Do you want to know what another contradiction is, Eddie? So you're saying that being gay isn't natural, and then the definition of natural from Oxford Languages, I just looked it up on my computer, is existing in or caused by nature. So let's touch on both of these points: existing in nature and caused by nature. Well, existing in nature, this is obvious. We see it in Homo sapiens sapiens, and we see it in over like 3,000 other animal species, right? Then the caused by nature part. This would just go back to like the education that I so kindly gave you earlier about like the physicalities of our anatomy and how they correlate to our sexual orientation by like these institutions of science, medicine, psychology, sociology, neurobiology, right? So like even if we are to accept that like naturality is so,
he didn't even get bananaed. He just left. I don't think he wanted to continue with that. All right. Well, by the way, everyone, if you like this type of content, tap that screen. Let's try to get to 4.1 million likes, everyone. 100,000 more than what Dean got. Everyone share the live. Let's try to get to 3K shares. Let's try to get to the 3K shares, everyone. Here in about, what 10 minutes, we're going to be going over to non-sub only chat. Appreciate the mic drop. Thank you so much. And we're going to continue with this debate, everyone. If you like this type of content, keep tapping the fuck out of that screen, everyone. Let's go into the next person now.
Hell yeah, guys. Also, make sure you hit the follow button. If this button at the top of your screen under Parker's count is red, make sure you hit that shit, make it go white. Follow him for the content. Also, consider hitting the follow button on my account as well.
Same thing with Dean, everyone. Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up, Harry? How old are you?
I'm 23.
You're 23?
Yeah.
Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
For me, it's wrong.
Why so?
Because that's not funny, but what I'm going to say, for me, does not make sense.
Well, it doesn't make sense.
Because the only I know is like female and man. That's only what I know.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's immoral because it doesn't make sense. I have a question, Harry. Just one. Then I'll let you get back to it. I just have one question.
Yeah,
does calculus 3 make sense to you?
Can I ask you one question? Are you being part of
Right. So does calculus 3 make sense to you?
I mean, I'm just saying, are you part of being gay?
No, we're both straight. Does calculus 3 make sense to you?
That is nothing about gays.
Just answer my question.
That does not make sense to me, anything about
Okay, fine, whatever. Parker, go ahead.
Cool, man.
Yeah, what were you saying, Harry?
I'm just saying, about gay, anything does not make sense to me. That does not make sense.
Okay, yeah, again, if your point, Dean's critique is 100% valid, right? Do you understand econometrics?
I don't need to be understand about this.
You don't understand does that mean it's wrong?
That's wrong at all.
Econometrics is wrong?
No, why you even compare it? Why is that? It's not. I don't even understand why you even.
No, you just said being gay doesn't make sense, therefore it's wrong, right? I brought up this, right? Econometrics doesn't make sense to you, therefore it's wrong. Also, I could ask you the question: quantum mechanics, right? Quantum mechanics or quantum physics or anything we want to relate to. Is it wrong because it doesn't make sense to you?
Yeah, because
also you don't understand this analogy. Is this analogy immoral? I don't.
Wait, let me ask you. You say it. First of all, yeah. I'm just want to ask you. You haven't answered my question. Are you proud of being gay? Are you gay?
Neither of us are gay, and he did answer that.
So that means, are you proud of being gay?
Well, I'm not gay, and he's not gay, so we can't be proud to be something that we're not.
So why are you guys asking these questions? First of all, if you're not gay or
yeah, because we're against the hatred and discrimination that's targeted towards people on the basis of the fact that they are gay, right? We don't think that should happen. We think it's unjustified prejudice.
Yeah, so societal prejudices, and which are unjustified, are going to be extremely bad, and I feel like anyone can speak out against them. Like, I think that misogyny is bad. Do I have to be a woman to speak out against it? No. I think racism is bad. Do I have to be like, I'm not to speak out against it? No.
Yeah, I get your question, but I'm not going to be racist. Anybody can be wherever he is. But I'm just saying, in my European, does not make sense to me about gay.
Is that what makes it immoral?
What?
So being gay doesn't make sense to you. No. Is this why being gay is immoral?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say.
Okay, so wait. Now, Harry, please answer my question. Just please answer my question. Does calculus 3 make sense to you?
I'm already answered for you. Doesn't.
You said no. You said no. It does not make sense to you. So therefore, is calculus 3 immoral?
That's not common for me at all.
Yeah, so is calculus 3 immoral?
Hello?
Guys.
Can I hear us?
Carrie, is calculus 3 immoral? Yo, use your voice, right? So turn your brain on. Turn your brain on. Is calculus 3 immoral?
Hello, I can't hear you, man.
Oh my god. Right. So you said that being gay is immoral because it doesn't make sense to you. Right? So replace being gay with calculus 3. Is calculus 3 immoral because it doesn't?
Man.
You can't hear him?
I can't hear you, that's right.
Okay. All right. Well, we're going to go on to the next person. Everyone only send a guest request if you disagree, and IQ's above the temperature of the room. So tap that screen, everyone.
What's going on, Jason?
Justin, 40. How old are you? You're 40? Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
Well, I just wanted to say something because you guys always refer to science as your information, right? But science has been proven wrong so many times.
So then
by what?
A whole bunch of things.
What was it proven wrong by? Proven. Science!
Science!
Okay.
You're muted, bro. You're paused. Hello?
Hello.
Justin, again, what proved science wrong? Science!
Science!
Scientists are humans. They make errors. Right? So you can't go off science and say that's 100% right because you can't, nobody can prove it. It's another person doing a test.
Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. Thank you.
It could be
Justin,
wrong.
you're misunderstanding the scientific method. The scientific method, thank you for the hand, I appreciate it, isn't saying something is 100% true. It's saying this is the most likely determinant, right? This is most likely to be the case. This is the best possible explanation.
Right, but it's not 100% true.
Nothing
right?
is 100% except for like something like logic, where it's in which is a necessary fact.
Correct. That's all I was getting at.
Okay, but like I mean, we already hold that, but yeah.
So why is being gay wrong?
I didn't say being gay was wrong. My uncle's gay. My sister's gay.
All right, let's go on to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Just looking for some debates. Tap that screen, everyone. Let's get to 4.1 million likes.
What's going on, Stewart? What's going on, man? Do you think that being gay is going to be wrong or moral?
Being gay is a person's life choice. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing immoral about it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, you love.
All right, we're just looking for people who disagree. Only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Again, just looking for some debates, y'all. Just looking for some debates. We're going to go on to the next person.
Also, sub-only chat is going to be coming off here real soon. It looks like we have just a little bit longer on the sub-only chat, y'all. So if you're enjoying the streams, make sure we're tippity-tapping away on that phone screen.
We're basically done, Oh, I did not mean to do this. Oops. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 20.
I mean, well, actually, I didn't mean to add this other person. Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
Yes, I do think it's being wrong or immoral for many reasons. Just because we're meant to be, I don't know, like we're made to be boy and girl and produce children. Can't really produce with two guys or two females.
Yeah, is it wrong for me to engage in intercourse with a woman who is infertile?
No, not at all. But
right, but that doesn't lead to reproduction, right? If I engage in intercourse with a woman who doesn't have fertility, right? There's no reproduction that results from that. The same way when gay people engage in intercourse, that doesn't result in reproduction either, right? So why is one wrong and the other is not?
You got me there. Fuck.
The graph gets all, brother. The graph gets all.
I see it, Dean. I love your arguments too. I just think because a girl being infertile has nothing to do with being gay.
It does, right? Because you said that being gay is wrong because it doesn't lead to reproduction. This particular intercourse doesn't lead to reproduction, therefore it would be considered wrong, right?
Yeah, but being infertile is kind of like a condition that you have. And
right.
Yeah, but I'm talking about me engaging in intercourse, right? Yeah. I chose to engage in intercourse with a woman that's infertile. I'm fertile. I could have been with someone else who's fertile, but I decided to engage in intercourse with someone who is infertile. Right? What is the reason why one is wrong and not the other?
Not to mention that these are both going to be conditions of the human experience.
Fuck yeah. I didn't expect this question. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's just kind of something a woman deals with. And if you have same-sex intercourse, you know that's going to be a thing rather than having sex with someone and them being infertile.
Right. So I don't know if you heard Parker. I don't know if your thinking brain's on. So he says he knows his girlfriend's infertile. If he sleeps with him, is that immoral?
Absolutely not, because
right. So then what's so like in the same way that they know that they're gay and they know that like so in the same way that these two gay men know they're gay and if they engage in homosexual intercourse, this is not going to lead to reproduction. If Parker engages in homosexual intercourse, by the way, guys, welcome back to chat. Sub only chat is off. Welcome back, everyone. But anyways, here. So you said like if Parker engages in the intercourse with his infertile girlfriend, they both know that this is not going to lead to any reproduction. Therefore, it should be deemed immoral under the same sense. But you say it is not immoral. Therefore, this is a logical contradiction. Thank you for that, Crown.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I guess you win.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Have a good day, Ryan.
Yeah.
Peace out, buddy. All right, let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request. If you disagree, everyone, the chat is open. Everyone, tap the fuck out of the screen. 4.1 million likes. If you want to have access to debate us, send a guest request. Right now, we got 67 requests. We're going to try to get to as many people as we possibly can. You already know the deal. Let's go on to the next person, though. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree. Follow both of us if you have not already, everyone.
Yeah, make sure we're tapping away on that phone screen to 3.9 million likes, guys. 3.9 million likes. What's going on, Jeffro? Do you think that being gay is going to be wrong or immoral?
Sorry.
Feedback. We're getting some feedback.
Yo, Jeffro, you got a lot of background noise. Is there a way you can fix that real quick, man?
I accidentally hit the wrong button. My bad, buddy.
You're good, bro. Appreciate it. Have a good day, bro. Thank you so much, man. We're going to go on to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, y'all. Have you talked to Jamal for Jesus?
Oh, gosh. This guy. Hello, Jamal. How we doing? Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral? Obviously, yeah. So why?
Obviously, yes. Yes, it is obviously immoral. It's wrong. I wouldn't say like just being gay in of itself is wrong or immoral, but like I'm talking about like having gay relations. And I believe it's wrong and immoral because what you're engaging in is perversion. And I think all sexual perversions are immoral and wrong. So to all the people out there who are listening, do not engage in sexual perversions. It is wrong, immoral. It's
Can you define sexual perversion?
Yeah, it's using your body parts in a sexual manner that goes against its intended function, purpose, and design.
Right. So what's the intended function, purpose, or design of like these body parts?
Like, for instance, on like the male genitalia, and like the primary functions of it is like urination and to be inserted into a human female's vagina.
How do you know this to be the case?
I could use like just basic deduction and inference.
Okay, such as?
Yeah, so I know that the male member was designed for the female genitalia because ejaculation, sperm cells, is expelled from it, and it can lead to reproduction. But I'm not saying my argument is not grounded on reproduction. I'm just saying using these facts, I can infer that the human body was designed for the female human body, right? So using that argument, like using this line of reasoning, I can like conclude that like having like relations with like an animal is wrong.
How do you feel about this, Parker?
So what'd you say? Sorry. What'd you say, Dean?
How do you feel about this? I mean, so basically what Jamal over here is saying is that, you know, he knows that the male member was designed to be inserted in the female member, and anything that digresses from
I've gone over Jamal this a million times, right? His arguments are absolute dog water, right? Because they rely upon a God existing that he has absolutely no justification for, and he admits that it's just based upon faith, which is essentially the same as me saying that, you know, I can create the universe through like my omnitrix, right? And I have faith in that. That the universe was created through an omnitrix.
Prescriptive function or design is going to be completely dependent upon like a creator that did, like, you know, that intuited that or like assigned that function or design, right? And like the only way for that creator to exist would be God, right? And you're not going to be able to like justify or prove the existence of that God. Therefore, you have an unjustified position.
I mean, if you're going to deny the existence of God, then that's on you. But
no, it's on you to justify it, right?
But I'm giving the reasons.
But it's on you to justify it, Jamal, right?
Well, hold on. I'm just giving you the reasons why I believe that having gay relations is immoral and wrong and, you know, perverted.
Right, but this reason, like, presupposes the existence of your God. I don't like presuppositions. We must justify our positions.
But
right?
I don't
the presupposition.
Sure, but I don't even think I need to, like, rely on God, you know, that this is wrong, right? I could just use basic intuition.
Right, so my basic intuition tells me something different. Intuitions don't grant any grounding for like a truth claim or like a truth factor. They only like cognitively like agree or disagree with our like presupposed beliefs. So like institutions don't hold any truth. Intuitions don't like hold any truth to them.
Well, I think pretty much all moral claims, like when you really like dig deep, it's all gonna stem from like intuition. But yeah. So let me ask you some questions, Jim. I'm just curious, just to pick your brain a little here. So like, do you believe like having like relations with an animal is wrong or immoral?
Yeah. So this is going to be wrong and immoral. This is immoral.
Why?
Yeah, because animals can't express like consent, and when you engage in like sexual relations where like consent cannot be expressed, they're going to be wrong.
Okay, so what if like the animal's the one that's doing like the engaging in the relation?
Right. Well, right. So it still can't express consent, right? In the same way that like if a 12-year-old girl was like hitting on or trying to sleep with a 50-year-old man, like and the 50-year-old man did sleep with him, this is still going to be immoral because that 12-year-old girl cannot express consent.
So do you think like doing like anything to animals is without like anything at all with animals, right? Since they can't consent, do you think that's immoral or wrong?
Yeah, so like generally speaking, like yeah, so I am going to be like ethically vegan, and I'm definitely going to hold this position on like express consent when we're talking about sexual activities or intercourse to hold to be the case where they cannot express that consent.
Sure. So you think like horseback riding is like immoral and wrong because they don't consent?
Yeah, so in the same way that like is it like immoral or wrong for like a 12-year-old to go to school because they can't because they're not consenting? Well, they do consent, right? And like in the same instance, like when we're specifically talking about like sexual relations, when it comes to like bestiality, like they specifically cannot express consent for those actions, right? And when we're talking about things such as like horseback riding, what we're specifically like inferencing is that, you know, like this is not generally going to be something that could like harm or deduce any type of pain or suffering to the animal. Okay. And like if like pain or suffering can be experienced by the animal, then it is going to be wrong, right?
Okay, so now like you're shifting your reasoning why it's wrong.
Not at all.
Yeah, so now you're going to pain and suffering, right? So like if an animal like has relations with like I don't know like a woman, right? And the animal's not like suffering and it's not like expressing like any kind of pain, right? Do you think still it's immoral for that animal to having that type of a relation with the woman?
Because generally they can express like consent for this action, and I would say that like suffering or pain would be caused by this. I think it would be necessary, right?
Well, I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, thank you for the gift. Can you express that in a different way?
Yeah, how so?
So essentially, what you're saying is that the animal is expressing pain or suffering when I don't. Can you repeat what you just said?
Well, he's referring to non-consent, right, Jamal? Right? Yeah. We've gone over this a million times, bro. Honestly, yeah, I think this conversation might have already been exasperated. Yeah. I think we've gone through this already.
Yeah, so my point is like you're not like really giving me like a real like valid reason why it's immoral other than that they can't consent.
They can't consent? That's a valid is that not a valid reason?
I mean if you're gonna go with that, then you must believe that eating animals is immoral, which you already expressed, but also like horseback riding, right? That would be immoral because horses don't consent to being being ridden on, right?
Yeah, so the distinction between the actions would be that one would lead to the negative impacts in terms of an individual, whereas the other one wouldn't, right? When it relates to like the deaths of the individuals, yeah, we would probably be against that. So,
well, wait. The individuals have been like what if it's like a smaller animal, right? Like how can that like lead to the death of like an individual?
Appreciate the travel with you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. What do you mean?
Like say like I don't know like a dog has a relationship with a woman. How would that lead to the death of the woman? How can that lead to the death of the woman?
Wait, did I make that claim? I don't think I made that claim.
It's misconstruing the use of the word individual, right?
Okay,
so you're referring to the word individual.
Reference to like human
talking about like the animals.
Jamal, can you clarify, man?
Yeah, I thought you meant like individual in reference to like a human being.
Yeah, I think I was referencing the animal.
Frodo, thank you so much for
I was referencing the impact on the animal.
So if an animal is not like harmed or it doesn't lead to its death, right? Would you still say it's immoral?
Graping them? Yeah.
No. If the animal is the one that
horseback riding doesn't like negatively impact them.
Yeah, and it's still grape, right?
So how does it like negatively impact a dog doing it to like a woman?
Do you not see the negative impacts from grape, right? I mean, we clearly can see that there are more negative impacts from.
The male dog is doing it to like a woman.
Clearly speaking, even in that circumstance, it would still lead to psychological impacts in which we would see to be negative. The same way that if there was a younger male, right, that was not of the age of consent, right, that engages it with a woman that is older, right, even though he was the one necessarily engaging in it, right, while they were laying there or something, right, that doesn't mean that it's not wrong or that doesn't have a psychological impact.
No, you're making these claims, but you haven't like really substantiated them. Do they have like any like I don't see like how
you want evidence that grape leads to negative impacts?
No, not grape. Like a dog having relations with the women. Like you made that claim.
No. Just the scenario I brought up with the young male engaging in intercourse with the older woman. Right? Is it the case in that scenario, Kristen? I appreciate the subscription. Thank you so much. That there are harmful, negative impacts in terms of the male, even though they're engaging.
Sure, I agree.
Okay, so would the same point then also apply to the animal?
But that's not the scenario I brought up, right? I didn't.
I mean, it is literally comparable.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It literally is, right? Because we're talking about the rational capacity to consent to this type of altercation. The same sort of way that my kid can consent to a chocolate candy bar, right? But they can't meaningfully consent to engaging in intercourse with an adult. You understand the distinction between those two actions?
No. It's not comparable, bro. I'm talking about a dog doing it with a woman, right? And I think that's a perversion. I think that's immoral. I think that's sin. But your reasoning, you guys haven't given me like a valid reason, like a consistent reason.
Jamal, I just gave you a reason and you didn't engage with it at all.
No, you made the claim that it will harm the dog, like it will, like psychologically.
Yeah, and I gave you an analogy to demonstrate that, and you didn't engage with it at all.
Yeah, I reject that. Unless you can show me like some.
So do you have a reason to reject it, or are you just rejecting it?
No, you're claiming that it will harm the dog, like psychologically, right?
Appreciate that, Mustache. Thank you so much. Did you hear my analogy?
Let's move on from there, okay? My point. No, I think it's kind of like grossing people out, but whatever. I just want to like. But my point is.
It is. No,
it is gross. Yes, just as like two men like kissing, that's gross to a lot of people, right? But whatever. My point is that it goes against the design. It goes against the design of your body, and that makes it wrong. It's a sexual perversion. All sexual perversions are wrong. It's evil.
That relates to God, Jamal. That just relates to God. You're presupposing your God there, man. That's like literally the whole point. And we've had this conversation a million times, Jamal. I've given you arguments. I've given you contradictions, and you haven't even looked at them, right? I gave you the perfection argument. You didn't look at it at all, right? You have no interaction with that. I've given you the problem of evil. No interaction with that. I've given you simplicity arguments. No interaction with that. Jamal, I've given you like almost every single argument, and you still don't even engage with them.
Yeah, not to mention that like this notion that it goes against the design can be rejected, but even in it, like in accepting it, right? Like I'll just show you like how this would not lead to an act being necessarily immoral. What's like the evolutionary design of the hands?
The evolutionary design of the hand. Evolution designs? That's interesting. I would like infer like if something's designed, it must have like a designer, but well, the hands. I mean,
okay, well, then that just goes back to the God. So now, like, if you say it can't be designed without a designer, your argument is completely contingent upon your God that you can't prove, right?
Yeah. So, like, I mean, the hands, you could do a lot with your hands, like, you know.
So, if you could do something with it, that means it's designed to be in that way.
Well, obviously, this designer he allowed the hand to be very. I guess he designed it in a way so you can manipulate it to manipulate objects, probably, and I don't know.
Can we say that like the male anus was like designed in a fashion where it could be like manipulated to have like the insertion of a male member into it? Like, you know, we could reference things such as like the G-spot being within the anus, or the fact of this like occurring like acts of like, you know, feelings of pleasure, or like other like, you know, similar like tangible like observations, right? I mean, no. So you just said like we observe like very like many like functions about. Don't interrupt me, right? So you just said like we observe like very like many like functions, purposes, and uses of the hands. So then this must infer something is possible to do with the hands, that this is what they were designed to do. Like this is exactly what you just said. In the same way that like we could observe like, you know, possible functions of like, you know, the anus or the male member to, you know, like cause you know, acts of pleasure, right?
And one of them,
like, you know, scientifically backed by the G-spot being within the anus. There's like multiple angles that we could attack this from. So like generally when like we assign like a design or a function or a purpose to parts of our body from like an evolutionary perspective, we're talking about like what is like evolutionarily like required for like a species to continue, right? So if like, you want to argue from this perspective that it's wrong because, you know, like this is where like the male member and the female member would like come to like procreate, and this is like the evolutionary like design, therefore it's wrong. I don't think digressing from this is going to be immoral. The biological purpose of hands is to grasp. grasp, right? But like, is playing and this would like, and then playing musical instruments would digress from this biological design. But playing musical instruments immoral?
No, it's not immoral.
Right. So then therefore digression from evolutionary design.
Well diving, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, so you can use your hands to do good, or you could do your hands to commit evil, right? But as for the anus, it's not. It wasn't created to like have any like external objects.
The hand arts.
It's not. It's not. It wasn't designed to like receive like any kind of.
Prove that your God exists. No,
Yeah.
Jamal, prove that your God exists.
Prove that my God exists. I can't prove that God exists, but I can give
Justify that he exists.
Bro, I didn't even like reference God with my argument. You guys did.
Sure, you did. No, you referenced God like so totally within your argument. No, you totally referenced God in your argument. You said things cannot have a design. No, listen. You said things cannot have a design without a creator, aka a God. And your argument was that these parts of the body were not designed to operate in this manner. I believe. Therefore, the God did not like intend for this to be the case. Well, if you can't prove or justify that the God even exists, then your position is extremely irrational.
So I did not even like bring up God. You did. You just assumed that this designer is God, and that's fine. I mean,
you told us. You told us that it was God. You told us that it was God. No, Jamal, you told us that the designer was God because you said it couldn't be designed without a God.
That's what I believe, but I didn't.
So then prove that the God exists.
But I didn't.
Thank you for the superpower.
I'm using secular arguments here, right? So I'm just using my reason, right, to infer that using certain body parts, right, in a way that goes against its design is sexual perversion. If you're using it in a sexual way and it goes against its design, it is sexual perversion. That's why I can say like having relations with like.
Well, no, Jamal, like you told us that like you told us that things cannot be designed without a God. Like you understand that, right?
Hold on. That's why I can say that having relations with like a blow-up doll is immoral, right? Because that's perversion. Your body was not designed to have relations with a blow-up doll, right? That's why I can say that having relations with like an animal is immoral because your body was not designed to have relations with a goat or.
What were feet designed for? What were feet designed for? What were feet designed for?
Yeah. So, feet are the primary function of the feet is to walk, right?
Thank you for the TikTok, Jim Gunn. I appreciate that. Yeah. So are cars immoral?
Are cars immoral? No, they're not immoral.
Yeah, well, the cars would be enacted in such a way that would stray away from this function of the feet to
what I'm talking about
be in another manner.
But I'm talking about like in the realms of like sexuality, right? Like if you use your body in a way.
Why is it confined to this? Why is it confined to these realms, right? So this seems like an arbitrary distinction.
Well, we're talking about sexual perversions, right? So again, if you're going to engage in a sexual act that goes against the design of the body. My reasoning is that is immoral. That's why I kind of also say like having like relations with like a corpse, right? That would be immoral, right? Because it goes against the design of your body, and it also goes against.
Yeah. So Jamal, this argument's getting pretty circular. I think we've gone over these points a million times, whether it be me or you on the live, or I mean even in this point. So is there anything else you want to address tonight, Jamal?
Jesus loves y'all. You guys have a good night, okay?
Yeah. My one last address for you is that like necrophilia is not going to be wrong because it goes against design. It's going to be wrong because that dead body can't express consent. Anyways, that's all.
Wait. Hold on.
Thank you for coming. Wait, no, that's just like. Thank you.
Hold on. Wait. Why does consent matter to a corpse?
Because generally speaking, when we engage in sexual action, like we're gonna have to have continued consent to be expressed. But like, dude, that's seriously like my last statement to you. I just wanted to address that.
Wait, is it having relations with a blow-up doll like immoral since they can't consent?
So a blow-up doll is not going to be like a morally relevant entity, right?
No,
I respect wills.
I'm using your line of reasoning.
The bodies are going to be like morally relevant entities.
No, I'm using your
yeah, Jamal, he can just make a distinction based upon will. Appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much.
What do you mean based off of will?
Yeah, like the prior preferences would indicate that they wouldn't want this, and he says we ought to respect those preferences. So I mean that is a way that you can get around your statement here, because consent would apply to to entities in which would have like preferences and stuff like that.
Yeah, but why would that matter to like a corpse?
Because that was an entity that did have preferences.
Yeah, but how would you know what this entity's preferences was? And do you believe
it's an assumption, right? The same way that, like, for example, right, when we are like someone's about to die, right? If they don't have a DNR, right? I go save their life. Okay. That's the operating assumption that we have. Thank you for the whale diving. I appreciate it, Carlene. Thank you so much. I appreciate the whale diving. So, I mean, you can just get around it with that particular perspective, actually. So that's a legitimate response to that, Joel.
All right. Well, I'm going to get going. Y'all take care.
What's going on, man? All right, let's go on to the next person. Again, if you like the content, everyone, me and Dean together, tap that fucking screen. 4.1 million likes, everyone. Tap that screen. Again, we're giving away 15 subs, chat.
3.9 million likes, everyone. Keep tapping away on that screen.
3.9 million likes.
Here we go, y'all. Hey, if we think that being gay is wrong or moral, make sure we hop in those guest requests, baby. You already know how it goes. What's going on, Aiden? Do you think it is wrong or moral to be gay?
Nah, but I think you're a bitch.
Oh, he's mad,
you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, why are you mad, Aiden?
Why y'all? Because you guys pick on people. Like, shut the fuck up, y'all some bitches. Especially.
How are we
Dean.
picking on people?
Like, Dean, you're a bitch ass. Like, shut the fuck up, Dean.
Honestly, I just hear like an emotional man chat. Like, Dean, I don't know about you, I just hear emotional man.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, so like articulate to me like how I'm being like honestly like what my takeaway from this is that you are like an emotional man with a fragile ego, and you actually do think that being gay is wrong. And the fact that you like see me, no, the fact that you see me advocating against like prejudice held against these individuals, this just pisses you off so much. This pisses you off so much to the point where you're willing to join the live and call me a bitch. But at the end of the day, like the only bitch that exists is you. For like holding these ingrained prejudice against gay people, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Dean or Aiden, I was gonna say, did he have anything that would be above room temp calculated in Celsius to say before he got off the live? But let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're calculating in Celsius now, chat. We're calculating in Celsius.
Thank you for the roses.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What happened?
Oh, this person is definitely not old enough for sure.
Persephone,
all right, let's go to the next person.
Galaxy. Thank you for the galaxy, Persephone.
Only send a guest request if you disagree, y'all. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. Again, only send a guest request if you do disagree, everyone. All right, let's get to the next person. All right, it's not accepting this person. I don't know. Do you ever get that too, where it just doesn't accept people?
Yeah, while you're looking through to find the next guest, chat, make sure we're tippity-tapping away on that phone screen. You already know, 3.9 million likes on the way. And hey, if you're enjoying the debates, make sure you hit that follow button. If the button in the top left-hand corner of your screen is red, make sure you hit that shit, make it turn white. I really appreciate that love drop. Thank you so much. Anyways, we're moving on to the next guest here, chat. If we're enjoying the debates, also consider joining Parker's Discord server. It is in his bio. Thank you so much for that. So anyways, here, chat, we are trying to find our next guest. Sometimes it just takes a minute, so we just got to give it a minute here. It looks like we got our next guest in here. What's going on, Birdman? Do you think it's going to be wrong or moral to be gay?
I think it's wrong.
Okay, why?
Why? Oh, they just left. All right. Okay, we'll go to the next person, Trevor. All right. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
Yeah.
Why so?
Well, God put us on this earth to repopulate. So, and you can't repopulate with the opposite sex.
Is it wrong for me to engage in intercourse with a woman who's infertile?
No, because you're still engaging with a woman.
Okay, so let's look at the graph. Let's look at the graph. Sorry, I just wanted to hop in for a second. Let's look at the graph. So we see that being gay leads to no reproduction in the same sense that infertility leads to no reproduction. We see a direct line between these three ideas. That is a triangle, and that is a logical contradiction if you say that it is immoral for like gay individuals to exist or to engage in intercourse because it does not lead to reproduction, regardless of the fact that infertility also leads to no reproduction. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much.
Well, that's a birth defect.
Back to you,
that's
Parker.
a birth defect, is it not?
So this is going to be like a condition of the human experience.
Yeah.
Secondly, right, I gave you a particular scenario. Thank you for the little crown. I appreciate it. In which I'm fertile and I'm choosing to be with someone who's infertile rather than someone else who's fertile.
So you're choosing to have sex with someone who's infertile.
Yep.
Well, you're still engaging in the opposite sex. So
it's about the sex. It's not about the reproduction. The sex of the individual, not the reproduction. So you see how it's particularly just the fact that they're gay, not the fact that there's reproduction or not?
Well, it's not. You can't have a baby no matter what with someone that's gay.
Yeah, and you can't have a baby no matter what with someone who's infertile in this scenario.
Yes, because that's a birth defect.
It doesn't matter, right? Again, it's my choice to engage in intercourse with this particular individual. And what do you mean by birth defect? Right? Infertility isn't always in response to birth defects. right? Or what you would consider as birth defects.
Right, not to mention that a woman can go through menopause and become like infertile very, very naturally, right? I disagree with the notion of this being like a birth defect, right? But like a woman after she goes through menopause is going to be very naturally infertile, and let's just assume that Parker's engaging in intercourse with a 70-year-old woman, right? Is this going to be immoral? No. Is it a birth defect? No. Therefore, there's going to be no symmetry breakers between the idea of this and homosexual intercourse.
Well, see, the thing is homosexual intercourse, you can't have a baby no matter what. And you guys,
right. Just like you can't have a baby no matter what if you engage in intercourse with a 70-year-old woman.
Yeah, but the point you guys are using is only in small fractions of people's lives that are engaging with the opposite sex.
Well, actually, 19% of women aged 18 through 49 are infertile in the United States, not even counting people who are above the age of 49.
Well, yeah. Once again, that's a small fraction of
that's just as many gay people that exist, right? Gay people make up around LGBT community, even in Gen Z, make up 20% of the population. If you look at the overall population, right, we don't have numbers that are necessarily good yet because people haven't come out to the particular degree. Overall population is 3.5, right? But it is the case that given that, the new generation is significantly more accepted in being gay, right? That's probably more accurate in terms of the numbers of the amount of gay people in our society rather than particularly like what we see there. But that's just as much as it is for infertile.
Well, I think it's just wrong because in the first place, I'm saying it again, whenever you have sex with a male and you are a male, you're sticking it in his asshole.
You are.
And what's wrong with that, buddy?
You're on mute, pal.
Bud, you're paused.
Come on, bud.
Bud. Tap the screen, everyone. 3 million likes, everyone. Share the fucking live. Let's get to 3K shares, everyone. You already know the deal. How's everyone doing today, though? We might have to go on to the next person. This person is just paused. Oh, they just left without me even removing them. So let me go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you disagree. We're just looking for some debates, everyone. All right, let's go to the next person. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm 35.
For sure. Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
Oh, no, I lied. I'm actually 25, my bad. Well, I have beef with lesbians, like, for real. Like, gay dudes are cool, but lesbians
Jesus Christ.
You see, like, every time I ask them if I could join, they say no, right?
Crossover episode. This is like the CW crossover. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Yeah, do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Why?
I'm saying
why.
I'm just coming from the, religion perspective. So I'm backing my point because whatever you're giving me from the science is not 100% correct. So
yeah, what religion do you prescribe to?
What do you say?
What's your religion?
I'm a Muslim.
All right, man.
And the Holy Quran has which is like it has more evidence more than science itself. Because
how do we know that like we can accept like the statements that are made within the Quran is like moral fact, right? Not to mention that the Quran says a lot of things that I feel like most people would intuitively disagree with, such as the fact that slavery is okay, or we could cut people's hands off if they steal something, or that we should like unalive non-believers, or the fact that Muhammad married a 9-year-old. There's a lot of problems, but that's just my personal like anecdote, right? At the end of the day,
actually, she was 6. They consummated it when she was 9.
Bro, I don't care what you said about prophet, but I'm saying like God did not create a man to sleep with a man. Simple as that.
You don't care about the fact that like a 30 to 40-year-old man engaged in intercourse with a 9-year-old? You don't care about that? Appreciate the galaxy. Thank you so much.
But I'm going by nature, bro.
You think that's completely fine? Because again, prophets are not. They can't engage in sin under your view.
Bro, I'm just going by nature. Like I don't care what you say, because you guys like you can
is engaging in intercourse with a 9-year-old.
You just go around and just Google stuff and then trying to like bug this.
Like Ifan, is it wrong?
Being gay is immoral and wrong. So
no. Is it wrong to engage in intercourse? A 30 to 40-year-old man to engage in intercourse with a 9-year-old? Is it wrong?
Come again?
Is it wrong for a 9-year-old to engage in intercourse with a 30 to 40-year-old man?
Yeah, it is wrong because
it is wrong. Okay, so a prophet sinned, therefore Islam is false because prophets cannot sin in Islam. A prophet sinned, therefore Islam is false. Appreciate the cap. Thank you so much.
In the Quran.
No. Aisha was 9.
Yeah, I just exactly.
Yeah.
When they consummated the marriage.
But I'm comparing, like, from God perspective. In the nature, like, God did not create, man.
Right. Evan, here's what's being said, right?
Male, female. God designed female in the image, which is like XX chromosome, and male was XY. So why is it so hard to understand?
Right. So I don't know why this is so hard for you to understand. So under Islamic religion, right? Like prophets of the religion cannot sin, right? However, Prophet Muhammad married Alicia when she was 6 and engaged in intercourse with her when she was 9.
It's not Alicia,
we just asked you, engaging in intercourse with an
it's Aisha. It's Aisha.
Aisha, and I just asked you if engaging in intercourse with a 9-year-old is immoral or a sin. You said yes. Therefore, Prophet Muhammad sinned. And if Prophet Muhammad sinned, and if prophets can't engage in sin, Muhammad was not a prophet. Therefore, the entirety of the Islamic religion is false. Therefore, if it is false,
and where's your evidence?
Bear objective truth.
You got evidence saying Islam is wrong? You got evidence to back up?
It's deductive reasoning,
don't have source,
right?
bro.
Wait, did you not follow me there?
I respect you guys. But what you guys doing is just, I think it's just for clout, bro. Like, you just come over here like attacking people. You don't even
no. So follow me.
You don't even let people
finish,
bro.
Was
what
Aisha
yesterday? It was immoral, bro. Like your life, you were attacking people. You don't let people finish. So I'm saying by nature, as hold on, as a straight man, then like by nature, if you analyze, there's no way you don't understand that. God did not create a man to sleep with a man, bro. Why we have females then? Why we have females in the earth?
Why was Aisha 9 when Prophet Muhammad consummated the marriage?
Yeah, was 9. Right. So what?
And was that immoral?
Yeah, it was immoral, but like
can prophets sin under like Islamic under Islamic religion?
Yeah.
So no, they can't. That's a lie.
What do you mean lie? So you said that the entire religion, like just
right. So Parker, so prophets cannot sin under is under like Islam. So is this true, Parker?
Yeah, it's true. They cannot sin in Islam.
Is this
like me to send you the stuff for that?
And not hold on. In that era, it was normal to marry, like, if you're like in that era, I think it was normal. It was normal.
That doesn't mean it's right. Immoral. You considered it immoral.
Because that's different era, bro. That's different.
Yeah,
era.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't mean it's not immoral. It's still immoral for a 40-year-old to engage in intercourse with a 9-year-old. Right? I don't think that the time period matters.
Right. The time period doesn't change your age, and that's what's relevant.
Will change, bro. Like, can you compare like now to 1800s? You can't compare that.
Well, what we can compare is the fact that a 9-year-old from 1800s is going to be the same age as a 9-year-old from the year 2023. A 9-year-old from the 1800s is going to have the same cognitive capacities as a 9-year-old from 2023. In both instances, like the same level of suffering or wrongness experienced from engaging in the act of intercourse with a 9-year-old, will still yet occur, right? So these facts are not changed by like the society or the time, right?
But then you know what, like damn well that even in Christianity being gay is wrong. You know that, right?
Do you hold the Christian God to be of existence?
No, but you know it's wrong, right?
So then therefore, like what is stated within the Bible,
even in Christianity, it's wrong, right?
So like I do not think that being gay is wrong because I don't believe in the Christian God. Not to mention that it does not say that homosexuality is wrong under the Christian Bible, right? So just like big question for you, right? So you're not willing to accept the contradiction within like the will of Muhammad. So now prove to us that the Islamic God even exists in the first place, right? So if you cannot prove or like justify the existence of the God, then the words within the Quran are not going to like have any truth factor to them because they're just going to be words written on paper by men, and words written on paper by men do not do not determine objective morality, right?
Bro, hold on. Like, have you ever read about religion? You read the Quran? You read the Quran? Like, you were like
some parts.
Did you or not?
Yeah, sure. No, I didn't.
Yeah, some parts. What's your point?
So even though if I give you some evidence about the Holy Quran, you literally gonna just argue with
give it.
No, we'll accept it, but you already believe that your position is contradictory.
Okay, I came. Hold on. I came you as a straight man. You said you straight. You're not gay. So I'm just saying, like, it's immoral to be gay, right?
Why?
And I gave you like why female exists on Earth and why God, had.
Yeah. Why is it immoral to be gay exactly?
God created us in two image, male, female.
So prove that God exists.
I don't have to prove it.
Right, so you're saying it's no. F on. You're saying no. F on. F on. Listen. Right. So you're saying it is immoral to be gay because God created this, right? Like, because God created this, like, man and woman to not be gay. Therefore, if God did not create man and woman to not be gay, aka God does not exist, then, like, it's not going to be immoral to be gay. So you have to substantiate or prove the existence of your God.
Yeah, and Ifan, this kind of seems to be circular at this point. Is there anything further that you'd like to add or talk about?
No, I'm just saying. I just gave you by, I'm going by nature, bro. I'm not trying to argue with science because science is not 100% correct. So thank you for having me, guys.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hand arts. I appreciate it, that girl. All right, we're gonna go on to the next person. Again, if you like the content, make sure to follow me if you haven't already, everyone. We're gonna go on to the next person, though. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree. But let me get to the next person, everyone. Let me get to the next person. All right. All right. Yes, I am gonna. Thank you for the jellyfish. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. We're gonna go to the next person. Yes, I am gonna get off. Yeah. By the way, everyone, 25 minutes on this, and then we're gonna be rating Dean's live after this because I am gonna get off. I've been on for almost 7 hours.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that will be 7 hours for me. So yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
And we're gonna go ahead and continue the topic over there as well, y'all. What's up, man? How old are you?
Thank you for the cap. I appreciate it. Okay, I don't know if this person is here. I don't think they are. We're going to go to the next person. Again, only send a guest request if you disagree, everyone. Just looking for some debates. Again, everyone, 23 more minutes left on the live. Everyone tap the screen. Let's try to get to at least 3 million before we end it today, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you think that being gay is wrong or immoral?
I do.
Why so?
Okay, well, you mentioned back in religion. I'm not very religious myself. I feel like being gay itself is kind of wrong just on the gist of how people make it out to be. Like, I don't have anything necessarily against them, but I just feel like it's wrong. Like,
So what's the reason?
William, thank you for the Venmo.
Well, okay, you made some points last time with this guy with Muslim religion or whatever, with a 9-year-old and stuff like that. But you can't compare something from, like, way back then, like the state and age and how things were back then were totally different. It's not comparison at all.
Wait, so because under your worldview, this guy sleeping with a 9-year-old wasn't wrong, this somehow makes being gay wrong?
I'm not saying it was wrong. What? It wasn't wrong.
How does this make being gay wrong, exactly?
No, but, like, what is your viewpoints? Like, you're just making, like, facts.
Wait, it is comparable. You're just saying that there is a distinction. I appreciate the hand art. Thank you so much. Right? The only distinction would be the fact that there is different roles that are placed upon, right, the 9-year-old in that society and the 9-year-old in our society today. But it doesn't change the notion that they are 9 years old. It doesn't change their biological development, right? The biological development and the rational development are still the same. It's just the experience of these two individuals are different, right? The same way the experiences of an individual 100 years ago are different from the experiences today. But that doesn't mean that a 9-year-old today is not comparable to a 9-year-old then.
And this also doesn't mean that this will, like, show being gay is wrong. I thought we asked you why being gay was wrong.
Now, there's no comparison there.
Can you describe why?
But the what?
Can you describe why?
Okay, well, how things were run back then, and depending on where you are, things are generally different, country to country. But
so I have a question. You might be mine. So if a country says that sleeping with 9-year-olds is okay, and this is like a generally accepted practice within that society, does that make sleeping with 9-year-olds okay?
No, it really doesn't. And I feel like it's still fucked up in the case scenario, but you're
right. So then this will go to show that, like, when he did sleep with her, it wasn't okay, right?
Well, obviously, that's not
right. So then it doesn't seem like we actually disagree on this.
No, but you're making viewpoints that are unjust in the way of sense. Like, you cannot compare now from then. Like, now from then. There's no comparison.
So we're going to give you the space to do it. Both me and Dina are going to be quiet real quick. Right? Can you explain to us, thank you for the little crown, I appreciate it, thank you so much, why they're not comparable?
okay, the stating age from like the 1600s, let's say, and the 21st century, you know, shit like that. Like how things were back then, like people got married at a young age. Being 9's kind of fucked up and wrong, I feel like, but like people got married at a young age because life expectancy was a lot less than it is now too. So there is that.
And that's because of infant mortality. Okay, so people still lived older, right? But that doesn't change. Just because people didn't live as long doesn't change the development of this individual rationally or physiologically speaking, right? When it relates to what you just brought up, it again, them being in different roles does not justify one engaging in intercourse. If we had those same roles recreated in the society we exist to today, would you say that it's okay for a 9-year or like you would still say we would still make the claim that again, that 9-year-old would not be able to engage in intercourse with an adult, right? Meaningfully in terms of it consenting. Appreciate the hand heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for the hand hearts. I appreciate it. Does this person just leave? Okay. All right. We're going to go to the next person. All right. That was wild. All right. By the way, everyone, we got like 19 more minutes, everyone. Tap that screen. 300,000 more likes, everyone, to get to 3 mil. Let's try to get to there, everyone. Yo, what's up, Aiden? How old are you? All right.
All right. While Parker's getting the next
today. That's why I'm getting off earlier.
Oh, geez, man.
Yeah, bro. I went to horror nights yesterday, and literally, every single time I go to Universal, I swear I get like a cold after. It's like every time.
Something in the air, man.
No, it is.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's going on, bud?
You want to take it, Dean?
Yeah, sure. What's going on, man? How old are you?
18.
All right, man. What year were you born in?
Pardon?
What year were you born in?
05.
All right, sweet, man. So why do you think it's going to be wrong or moral to be gay?
I just don't know. It makes me feel uncomfortable, man. Like, I'm not going to lie with you.
All right, so sounds good, man. So sweet. So like, I feel like there's going to be like different notions or different like experiences or ideas that can make like individuals uncomfortable, but this isn't going to necessitate like what makes them uncomfortable as being like immoral or wrong. For instance, like black people made white people really uncomfortable during the times of slavery. Was it like wrong or moral to be a black person?
Well, I think that's kind of a stretch there, but
not at all. Like you're quite literally just defining like prejudice, right? So when you say it makes you uncomfortable, therefore it's wrong. Well, you're just defining prejudice, the same prejudice that like has caused like some like societal oppression of like gay people, and like the like similar prejudice that caused a societal oppression systemically of black people during the times of slavery, right?
What does black people got to do with being gay? Like, I'm sorry,
it's a logical comparison. Like, just like follow here. Like, can you agree that like black people made white people uncomfortable during the times of slavery, and still yet even to this day?
You weren't there.
Okay, well, they did. They did. Like, black people made white people uncomfortable, and this is like why racism exists. Like, one of the reasons, right?
Yeah, I guess that's kind of fair, but I don't know.
Right. So even though like black people made white people uncomfortable, did that mean that being black was therefore wrong or moral?
I don't think. No, there's nothing wrong with being black. That's
right. So like now you're saying that like gay people make you uncomfortable, therefore it's wrong or moral.
Yeah. Do
you see the problem with the logic?
My own viewpoint, like how I grew up, like I find that if you're gay, there's something mentally ill with you, or like there's got to be something wrong up there.
All right, so let's go ahead and like just like run through this. I want to like completely discredit this notion. Is that okay?
Well, yeah, it's okay to disagree, but I find that it's biologically abnormal. Like it's not.
All right, sounds good, man. So you said it's a mental illness. So if it's a mental illness, then why does the World Health Organization, the American Psychiatric Association, the American Medical Association, the Endocrine Society, the British Psychological Society, the Royal College of Psychiatrics, the Canadian Psychological Association, the Australian Psychological Society, the European Society for Sexual Medicine, the American Academy of Pediatrics, the American College of Physicians, the American Academy of Family Physicians, the American Counseling Association, the American Public Health Association, all agree that this is not a mental illness, and it's like a normal, like a natural occurrence of like the human experience, right? Because like the only people who deem this as not a mental illness are individuals that are not doctors and do not know anything about like humanity, anatomy, biology, or otherwise, right? If you go to one doctor or one institution, they're going to disagree with you to the fullest extent, right?
Yeah. Okay. No, I just don't. I don't know. I find it a little weird, and I guess that's my viewpoint. Everyone has different opinions, and.
Well, how does that make it like immoral, though?
Pardon?
How does that make it immoral that you find it weird?
It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just, it just doesn't seem normal to me. Like, I feel like
define normal.
Always be with a female, and a female should always be with a male. That's just
define normal.
Growing up. And
yeah, define normal.
Normal is heterosexual, man.
This isn't the definition of normal, right? Is my computer heterosexual?
I don't know. What kind of computer you got?
Is my computer normal? Yeah. So, like, the definition of normal is not heterosexual. Define normal.
All right. Normal is a human and a male going together and having intercourse, not a male sticking it in another male's ass.
Right, so you just define normal. You said human and a male, so I'm just going to correct you. A female and a male engaging in intercourse, right? So is me sitting here on TikTok Live normal?
No, not really, honestly.
Okay, is playing video games normal?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. It depends on...
So, but you define normal as a female and a male engaging in intercourse. Is playing video games a female and a male engaging in intercourse? No, but yeah, you called it normal, therefore this is not the definition of normal. Define normal.
You want me to define the actual word for normal?
Yeah, quite literally define normal.
Pull out a dictionary real quick.
Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun diddy dun dun diddy dun. Dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun dun diddy dun.
That was beautiful.
Now we gotta run the Jeopardy music.
Yeah, what's going on, man? You got a definition for that word normal?
Typical way. So I would say the average and typical way is straight.
Right. So then anything that's not normal is immoral?
I mean, it's not right. I wouldn't say
Sweet. So is being a man over 6 foot tall normal?
I would say so, yeah.
Yeah, so there's less men over 6 feet tall than there is men that are non-straight.
Is that actually a fact?
Yeah, 14.5% of men are over 6 foot tall, and then like studies have shown that about 20% of individuals identify with some other sexual orientation rather than straight. So if you're going to say that being gay is like a not normal, therefore immoral because of its atypical nature, while being a man over 6 feet tall is going to be more atypical, therefore it should be less normal, or like more unnormal and more immoral. But you said it was actually normal and not immoral, so this is just a logical contradiction.
I guess so, man. I guess so. I just have a different point of view than you do, but they kind of...
No, you have different point of views that like contradict other point of views, right? So like I haven't made a single statement about what I think. I've only been talking about what you think. You said being gay was normal, and you said being gay wasn't normal, and being a man over 6 foot tall was normal, and then you define normal based as typical, right? So being a man over 6 foot tall is less typical than being a gay man. We do have differing point of views, but you haven't been arguing against mine, you've been arguing against your own. There's not a contradiction that exists between yours and mine, there's a contradiction that exists between yours and your own.
Well, it's because you're bringing up the most random thing that has nothing to do with it most of the time, like bringing up normal. Like, what is normal? Like, are you serious? Like, that's the most...
You seem to just have told me, though. You defined it, right?
I did, but I'm right. Normal is what is the typical, and typically people are straight.
Are men typically 6 feet tall?
Yes.
No, that's a lie. The average height of a male is going to be 5'9". The typical male is 5'9".
A man that is above 6 foot, or you use...
20% of people are gay. 14% of men are over 6 foot tall.
I guess so.
Right. So then why is being a man over 6 foot tall normal, but not being gay?
Because I just don't find it normal.
All right. So then why what is your justification for this? You don't actually have reasoning to believe this. You don't have any reasoning at all. Do you understand how silly this sounds? You define normal as what's typical. So you said, oh, I don't find being gay typical. But you do find being a man over 6 foot typical, even though there's less men over 6 foot than there is gay men. That's just you being irrational.
Yeah, but if it's 20%, then where's the other 80%?
They're straight.
Exactly, that's my point. So they're normal.
Well, if there's 14% of men that are over 6 foot tall, whereas the other 85.5%.
I mean, girls can be tall too, though. Like, I don't understand, man.
Just like girls can be gay? What? I'm so confused by this, man. Like, what I'm getting at here is, like, you don't really have, like, a logically coherent, like, position as to why it's wrong to be gay. So what we talked about is, like, the normality of it, like, the typicality of it. Like, I will agree with you that being gay is, like, atypical, right? Like, most people are not gay. Most people are straight. However, being a man over 6 foot tall is also going to be atypical. But you're not going to call being a man over 6 foot tall, like, immoral or, like, not normal, right? Because you quite literally disagreed with that. So, like, this, like, notion of, like, normality or abnormality and, like, you know, immorality or morality surrounding being gay based upon its atypical nature should, like, apply to other things that also exist within atypical nature, such as being a man over 6 foot tall, but it doesn't. Therefore, it's just fallacious and contradictive. So honestly, like, this reason is just like dog shit terrible. I'm not gonna lie with you. Do you have any other reasons as to why it's gonna be wrong or immoral to be gay?
No, not really. I just told you. I thought it was weird, and that's my perspective.
So if you think what is something else that you think is weird?
I can't even think of anything right now. Being weird.
Do you think nerds are weird?
Foot fetish. Is it weird?
Fetish?
Foot fetish. Is that weird?
I mean, yeah, kinda. I don't know.
Yeah, and is it immoral?
Probably.
Okay. If someone finds attraction towards an ugly woman, right? That's not typical. No one else finds attraction towards this particular woman. Is it wrong?
I never said being gay was wrong. I just said I had a different perspective on it.
Oh, so you don't think it's wrong?
No, I don't.
You actually quite literally, that's the first question we asked you, quite literally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is quite literally the first question.
I just said it was weird, though. I never said it was wrong.
You quite literally answered the question by saying yes.
So do you think it's wrong? Yes or no?
I mean, yeah, I do kind of think.
Well, see, come on. So there we go. Man, come on, bro. Do you think that, like, being a nerd is weird? Like those guys that wear the glasses and like, do you think, like, being a nerd is weird?
I don't think it's weird, but it's just not normal.
Dude, actually, I'm sorry. We actually are calculating in Celsius today. Like, I didn't actually, like, I really wouldn't think that. That's actually unbelievable, dude.
Man,
we're literally calculating in Celsius.
Wild. Since I popped up, maybe like, you know, calculating.
I think it's Dean. I actually do think it's Dean. I'm not joking. I think it might be.
Who knows, man? Who knows? Manis, what's your IQ?
Wait, what did you just say? Try and pronounce my name? Is that what that was?
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it.
What's my IQ?
Don't.
No. We don't care about that. Can you just, like, actually, Kelvin's my bad. Yeah. So do you like? I don't understand why you said that you didn't say that it's immoral, and then right after that, you literally did say that it's immoral. Like, literally, like, less than 15 seconds after, man.
I agreed with you about the other part, but not the first part. I said the one part was immoral and the other part wasn't.
What the hell?
Appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much, bro. Honestly,
thank you so much, man.
I think that's today for everyone. Honestly, I think we need to save everyone's mental health. We're gonna send everyone over to Dean's Live for an even worse mental health.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go live right now. We're going to be doing the same topic. Make sure to hit that follow button. And I'm going to go ahead and be going live right now. Parker, you could go ahead and finish your stream out. Thank you so much for letting me come up, man. I really
Dean, before you go, I actually have one thing to say. Tomorrow I'm having Marianne Williamson on my live for a presidential interview. Yep. Between 9 to 10 Eastern time. So for you, it would be, pretty sure it's 7 to 8. 7 to 8. 7 to 8, yeah. You want to come on and ask a question or two?
Yeah, I won't go live tomorrow. I'll be in here like.
It's only 30 minutes to an hour, so it's not like an extremely long period of time. It's, again, 6 to 7 your time, or I mean 6 to 7 my time. I think 6 to 7 my time, and it's 7 to 8 your time.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I'll be there. All right, guys. Well, I'm out. Make sure to hit that follow button. I'm pretty sure Parker's gonna send y'all over to my stream. I'm gonna
PM everyone. PM y'all. PM again. It's PM. Appreciate it, Dean, man. Have a good day, bro. PM, everyone. I posted a video about it. It is going to be at here. Let me get the particular times up. It starts at 9 p.m. Or actually 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. She just changed it 30 to 60 minutes. I'm gonna have to text all the people that I messaged at 9:30 Eastern time, so 6:30 Pacific time, everyone. 6:30 Pacific time, 7:30 Central time, everyone. I'm gonna have to DM everyone. I appreciate everyone coming on today. We're gonna send everyone over to Dean's live right now. Again, everyone look up It's Dean. Spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. Everyone look up It's Dean. Spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. If you already know the thing, know everything. Again, look it up right now. It's Dean, spam Parker raid, spam love from Parker. Love everyone so much. I'll see everyone later. I'll be on tomorrow. Again, presidential interview tomorrow, everyone. Love y'all so much, everyone. Peace out, y'all.